Part 1. The Inn. Narration. The storm chased Evelyn and Marcus down winding roads until their lanterns sputtered out, and only the flicker of lightning guided them. At last, they saw it. The Hollowbrook Inn crouched at the edge of Black Hollow Lake. Its warped sign creaked above the door, and its windows glowed faintly, as though lit from within by dying embers. Inside, the air smelled of damp wood and something rotten. The innkeeper, a pale woman with straw-colored hair, greeted them with a smile too wide, her voice low and soft. "Rooms are scarce," she said, "but for you, I'll make space." Marcus unpacked in silence, but Evelyn couldn't look away from the lake beyond the window. The surface was too still, too perfect. Then it came, a deep, wet sound rolling across the water. Not thunder, not waves. Something beneath the lake was breathing. Cliffhanger. And the innkeeper's whisper slid under the door. Stay inside after dark. The lake doesn't like to be watched. Part 2. The silence. Narration. At dawn, Evelyn asked about the sound she'd heard. The innkeeper only laughed, brushing her hair back with trembling fingers. Just old stories. Fishermen who vanished in storms. Nothing more. But when they ventured into the village, shutters slammed and doors bolted at the mere mention of Black Hollow Lake. Nobody spoke its name. Nobody dared. By nightfall, Evelyn dreamed of water lapping against her bed, the sheets clinging wet against her skin. She woke gasping, certain she'd drowned, but the sound still echoed in her ears. Whispers carried on the wind. She rose and pressed her face to the window. There, at the shoreline, the innkeeper stood with her lantern. In her arms, a burlap sack writhed as if something inside was alive. She hurled it into the black water. The lake rippled violently, and for a moment, scales broke the surface, glistening in the moonlight before vanishing beneath. Cliffhanger, Evelyn gasped, and the innkeeper's head snapped upward, her gaze locking directly onto Evelyn's window. Part 3. The Secret. Narration. Evelyn told Marcus what she had seen, but he shook his head. Storm hallucinations! You were dreaming, but the dread wouldn't lift. And by evening, they discovered the trapdoor beneath the inn's kitchen, hidden under crates of spoiled bread. The iron latch was crusted with rust and something darker. Blood. They forced it open. A sour stench rose up, thick and wet, and stairs led down into a stone cellar slick with moss. Along the walls, cages sagged with rust, and bones littered the ground, gnawed clean. From one cage, a gaunt hand gripped the bars. A man's eyes gleamed in the dark, wide with terror. "She feeds us to it," he whispered, voice cracking. The lake must eat. Before Evelyn could reach him, a wet arm shot from a hole in the floor, dragging him down, screaming into the black. Cliffhanger! The lantern's glow spread across the stone, and there stood the innkeeper, smiling, her teeth too sharp for any human mouth. Part 4. Narration. The innkeeper's laugh rattled the cellar walls. You think you've uncovered my secret? No. You've uncovered your fate. The ground trembled, cracks splitting across the floor as water seeped upward. The inn shuddered violently, and from outside, a roar split the night sky. The lake surged into the cellar, black waves rising as something massive rose with it. The monster broke the surface. A body draped in dripping moss, eyes glowing like lanterns, its jaws lined with teeth like broken tombstones. The innkeeper lifted her arms, chanting in a tongue older than the lake itself. I kept it alive for centuries. My blood binds it. My flesh feeds it. Tonight, you will join the offering. Evelyn and Marcus clung to each other as the creature advanced. Marcus gripped a rusted blade from the cage, his knuckles white. If she dies, maybe it dies with her. Cliffhanger! The innkeeper's face twisted, her voice shrieking through the rising water. You cannot kill what waits beneath the water. Part 5. The Claim. Narration. The beast crashed into the cellar, jaws snapping timbers, dragging fire and rubble into the lake. Evelyn lunged, driving the blade through the innkeeper's chest. She gasped, not with blood, but with black water spilling from her wound. The monster shrieked, thrashing violently as the bond between them split. The innkeeper collapsed, dissolving into liquid, her body vanishing into the rising tide. The monster convulsed, its form shattering into waves that swallowed the inn whole. Evelyn and Marcus clawed their way to the shore, gasping, shivering, watching as the lake swallowed the ruins into silence. By dawn, Black Hollow Lake was calm. No inn. No cages. No trace of what had happened. Evelyn turned to Marcus, her voice shaking. We survived. But he didn't answer. Cliffhanger. Final twist. His footprints led into the lake and stopped at the water's edge.